Now then, let's talk about something completely different. A certain person called Adolf Hitler, from what I know and guess. We all know he became a crazy idiot. And I might know why. He was in the trenches of World War One. I think I mentioned this before. He was in the trenches of World War One with all these bloody shells going off left, right, and centre, landing near him. And percussion brain damage. Do you know of it? Sound just rattles your brain, giving brain damage. Therefore, before World War One, right? He was training himself up to be an artist. And I've seen his pictures, well, especially, the ones before World War One in Austria, Vienna, and they were very impressive. They are very impressive. So World War One came along and off he went into the trenches on the German-French border. And it was like, fucking hell. It was worse than November the 5th. It was November the 5th on steroids. For 24 hours a day. Well, there might have been brief periods where it stopped. But by God, I'm sure Belgium and France talk about gathering scrap. You know, they're mining in Belgium and North West France, their mining industry. Well, mineral mining. With so many shells in the earth. Christ, it's like a bloody a gold seam. There's money and scrap. Bomb scrap. Missiles. Shells. Oh, yeah, well, anyway, so all these were exploded. And brain damaged. Good old Adolf Hitler, the artist, the ex-artist. And after that, he just was typical. He was off his head, man. Well, I suppose, as well as many, really, Germans, after their experiences of World War One. You know, that's why he was. You might be caught in a bomb exploding a couple of times in your life. Well, once maybe. Depends. Depends, really. But can you imagine that going on day after day after day? Percussion, brain damage, the sounds. Each time it rattles your brain. And, it doesn't take much. Your ears might be all right. Well, you've seen I don't know if you've seen the videos of people coming back with, what do they call it, shell shock. And it psychologically changes them. So Adolf here now, right, he's had a bit of that. I'm not making any excuses. Well, I am making excuses for him. I'd love to have met Adolf Hitler before World War One as an artist. I'm sure he would have been an interesting person to talk to. But after that, after World War One, his mind was totally brain damaged and changed. Yeah. Well, it did show it to the end. If you see his videos of him in 1945. It's like this. Eventually show through. And then all the nonsense he did before then. And he showed his basic character. For instance, 1936 Berlin Olympics. He saw Jesse Owens won how many gold medals did he win for? He thought he was fabulous, really. No spin, no. He thought Jesse Owens was fabulous, and he sent Jesse Owens a letter to say, "Well done," basically. Well done, very impressive. And that's the contrary type of thing about Adolf. He did show his back. He tried to tell Britain, like, uh, let's just be friends type thing, or something like that. I don't know who the hell. But that's threw me out the window in the back. 940. What wound him up was, it started bombing Britain, Germans, just try and keep them away from France. And Norway as well. Oh, God. So it all escalated as wars do. And what was I on about? Oh, yeah. What really wound Adolf up was when the RAF and the war government sent a load of Weldon bombers to Berlin to bomb it. Well, yeah, they started bombing airfields or something, and the Germans, Luftwaffe, bombing docks in East London. And oh yeah, no, before that. They were bombing an airfield, and one bomber in bad weather lost his way, and they had to dump their bombs to fuel, to conserve, reduce weight, and the bombs landed in London, well away from airfields. So next day, the RAF got orders to bomb Berlin. Weldon bombers. They had to really fill the tanks up. You put extra tanks. They only had a few bombs. The rest of it in the bomb bay was a temporary fuel tank all the way to. And that's it. That's where it all kicked off. And then London Blitz happened, and even then Adolf was wanting to have diplomatic discussions with Westminster, London. And then as World War II went on, like, he was getting more and more bloody bananas. And then when you see him, when the Russians are on their way to Berlin, like this, just shaking out. And a week or two later, he was gone. Apparently. Well, conspiracy story time again, isn't it? He's supposed to have fucking shot himself. But the conspiracy story that Adolf and what was the name of that woman he was with? Not Marianne. I can't remember. Well, you know the one. That redhead, with the dress and everything. They supposedly were living in a region of Argentina, and Adolf actually died in the 1970s, apparently. Who knows? Did man land on the moon type thing? Oh, that's another story. Oh my God, it's 10:20. What have I just talked about? Well, anyway, the point I'm making is World War II was caused by Adolf getting brain damage in the trenches. Percussion, some percussion brain damage in the trenches. Yeah. Right, maybe it's 11 minutes. Oh, the human race gets itself into such fucking dire straits at times, doesn't it? Right, ta-ra.